Welcome to Senior Health Line. I'm thrilled you've joined me today for another episode focused on practical health tips that can truly transform your daily life. Today, we're diving deep into something you probably do multiple times a week, reheating leftovers. But here's what might surprise you. Some foods can actually become harmful when reheated, while others become even more nutritious and beneficial for your health. You might think all food reheating is the same, but recent groundbreaking studies published in respected journals like the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition have revealed fascinating insights about how certain reheated foods specifically impact seniors' digestion, inflammation levels, and even cognitive function over time. The research shows that as we age, our bodies respond differently to reheated foods than they did when we were younger. The good news is that understanding which foods to reheat and which to avoid can help you feel more energetic, maintain better digestive health, and support your overall well-being as you age. This isn't just about convenience. It's about making informed choices that honor your body's changing needs. Before we dive into the specifics, I'd love to build our global community here on Senior Healthline. Please drop a comment below and let me know where you're watching from. Whether you're joining us from sunny California, bustling New York, peaceful Canada, beautiful Australia, or anywhere else around the world, it's amazing to see how health-conscious people from all corners of the globe come together to share knowledge and support each other. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We publish new research-backed health tips every week, specifically designed to help you live your best, most vibrant life at any age. Your subscription helps us reach more people who can benefit from this important information. Today's episode is particularly important because I'll share 3 foods that actually become healthier and more nutritious when properly reheated, and 3 foods that you should definitely enjoy fresh or avoid reheating altogether. Stay with me until the end because the last food on our never reheat list might genuinely surprise you. It's something many people consider perfectly safe and even healthy. Let's begin this journey of discovery together, starting with the foods that can actually support your health when reheated properly. Foods that become better when reheated. 1. Oatmeal, the ultimate brain and gut health booster. Let's start our exploration with oatmeal, a breakfast staple that many health-conscious seniors prepare in large batches for convenience throughout the week. What I'm about to share with you might completely change how you think about your morning oatmeal routine. Here's something truly fascinating that most people don't realize. When oats are cooked and then cooled overnight, their molecular structure undergoes a remarkable transformation. The starches actually change their composition, forming what food scientists call resistant starch. This isn't just another nutrition buzzword. It's a special type of carbohydrate that literally resists digestion in your small intestine, behaving completely differently from regular starch. When you gently reheat your prepared oatmeal the next morning, this resistant starch remains perfectly intact and travels down to your large intestine, where it serves as premium fuel for the beneficial bacteria living in your gut. This process creates a cascade of health benefits that are particularly valuable as we age, and our digestive systems need extra support. The gut health benefits alone are remarkable. This resistant starch acts as a prebiotic, feeding the good bacteria that help regulate your immune system, support healthy digestion, and even influence your mood through the gut-brain connection. For seniors dealing with digestive sensitivities or irregular bowel movements, this gentle, natural support can make a significant difference in daily comfort and overall health, but the benefits extend far beyond digestive health. For anyone managing blood sugar concerns, which affects millions of seniors, reheated oatmeal provides steady, sustained energy without the dramatic spikes and crashes that come from many processed breakfast foods. Instead of sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster ride, properly reheated oatmeal releases glucose slowly and steadily into your bloodstream, helping you maintain stable energy levels throughout the morning. The heart health benefits are equally impressive. Oatmeal contains a powerful soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which has been extensively studied for its ability to support cardiovascular health. This fiber works by binding to cholesterol in your digestive system and helping your body eliminate it naturally, potentially lowering LDL, the bad cholesterol levels. For seniors at risk of cardiovascular issues, This simple daily habit becomes a gentle but effective form of prevention. What makes oatmeal particularly special for seniors is its incredible versatility and gentle nature. Unlike many breakfast options that are overloaded with added sugars, artificial flavors, or saturated fats, oatmeal provides a clean, natural foundation that you can customize to meet your specific health needs and taste preferences. Consider adding a generous sprinkle of Ceylon cinnamon, which not only enhances the flavor, but also provides natural blood sugar support and anti-inflammatory compounds. A handful of chopped walnuts contributes healthy omega-3 fatty acids that support brain health and reduce inflammation throughout your body. Fresh or frozen blueberries add a burst of antioxidants, those powerful compounds that help protect your cells from the oxidative stress that naturally increases with age. The emotional and psychological benefits of starting your day with warm, nourishing oatmeal shouldn't be overlooked either. There's something deeply comforting about beginning each morning with a ritual that you know is genuinely good for your body. It's a small but meaningful way to show yourself care and respect, setting a positive tone for the entire day. For seniors who struggle with appetite in the morning, a common issue as we age, oatmeal's creamy, gentle texture makes it easier to consume important nutrients without overwhelming your digestive system. The warmth can be particularly soothing on cold mornings or when you're feeling under the weather. But here's what's truly remarkable. While oatmeal strengthens your body from the inside out when reheated properly, not all foods offer such generous gifts when warmed a second time. Some foods that seem comforting and harmless can actually turn problematic when reheated, potentially disrupting not just your digestion, but affecting your joints, nerves, and long-term vitality in ways you might never suspect. So what's the next powerhouse food that actually becomes more beneficial when gently reheated? The answer might already be simmering in your refrigerator, waiting to be transformed into something truly healing and restorative. 2. Vegetable soup, nature's perfect healing medicine. If oatmeal is the perfect way to start your day, then homemade vegetable soup represents perhaps nature's most complete healing food. And here's the beautiful secret that most people never discover. It actually becomes more nutritious and beneficial when reheated the next day. Think about this for a moment. When you prepare a pot of vegetable soup with hearty ingredients like carrots, celery, onions, leafy greens, sweet potatoes, and aromatic herbs, you're creating something that goes far beyond simple sustenance. You're crafting a concentrated elixir of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and healing compounds that can profoundly support your health as you age. But here's where the magic truly happens. When these nutrient-dense vegetables are slowly simmered together and then allowed to rest overnight in your refrigerator, their cellular walls continue to break down gradually. This process releases minerals, vitamins, and beneficial plant compounds that weren't fully available during the initial cooking process. It's like the vegetables are sharing their deepest nutritional secrets with the broth. When you gently reheat this soup the following day, you're consuming a concentrated source of bioavailable nutrients that your body can easily absorb and utilize. The broth becomes rich with antioxidants that help combat inflammation, phytonutrients that support cellular health, and natural compounds that boost your immune system function. For seniors whose immune systems naturally become less robust with age, this nutritional support is invaluable. Your body becomes more vulnerable to inflammation, respiratory infections, and the oxidative stress that can accelerate aging. But a well-prepared, properly reheated vegetable soup, especially one enriched with immune-boosting ingredients like fresh garlic, turmeric, or parsley, acts like a gentle, natural defense system. The warming effect of the soup does more than just provide comfort. The heat naturally stimulates circulation throughout your body, gently opening blood vessels and improving blood flow to your extremities. This can be particularly beneficial for seniors who struggle with cold hands and feet or poor circulation. Meanwhile, the anti-inflammatory compounds in the vegetables begin their quiet but powerful work of calming inflammation throughout your body. Soup also addresses one of the most common challenges many older adults face: decreased appetite and difficulty consuming adequate nutrition. As we age, our sense of taste may diminish. Medications can affect appetite, and sometimes eating just feels like more work than pleasure. Soup's gentle consistency, warming temperature, and approachable nature make it easier to nourish your body without feeling overwhelmed. The high water content in soup also supports proper hydration, something that becomes increasingly important as we age, and our natural thirst sensation may decrease. Many seniors don't drink enough fluids throughout the day, which can affect energy levels, cognitive function, and overall well-being. A warm bowl of vegetable soup provides both nutrition and hydration in one comforting package. From an emotional and psychological perspective, there's something deeply nourishing about soup that goes beyond its nutritional content. A pot of soup made with care and intention holds within it memories of family kitchens, gatherings around the dinner table, and simpler times when food represented love and connection rather than just fuel for the body. For seniors managing specific health conditions, soup offers incredible flexibility. If you're dealing with high blood pressure, you can reduce sodium and add potassium-rich vegetables like sweet potatoes and leafy greens. For those managing arthritis or joint pain, you can include anti-inflammatory ingredients like turmeric, ginger, and omega-3 rich ingredients. If digestive issues are a concern, you can focus on gentle, easily digestible vegetables and healing herbs. But what if I told you that even the humble grain that might sit beside your soup bowl could be quietly strengthening your bones, stabilizing your heart rhythm, and supporting your long-term vitality, especially when it's reheated using the proper technique? 3. Brown rice, the unsung hero of stable energy and longevity. There's profound wisdom in simple, unprocessed foods, and brown rice exemplifies this truth beautifully. While it may appear humble and unassuming next to more colorful dishes on your plate, brown rice possesses remarkable nutritional properties that become even more beneficial when it's properly cooled and gently reheated. Most people don't realize that brown rice, like oatmeal, undergoes a fascinating transformation when it's cooked, cooled, and then reheated. During the cooling process, some of the starch molecules reorganize themselves into resistant starch, that same beneficial compound we discussed with oatmeal. This means that when you reheat properly prepared brown rice, you're not just getting a satisfying grain, you're getting a food that actively supports your digestive health and metabolic function. Unlike white rice, which has been stripped of its nutrient-rich outer layers during processing, brown rice retains its bran and germ, the parts of the grain that contain the majority of its vitamins, minerals, and beneficial compounds. This means every serving provides B vitamins that support energy metabolism and nervous system function, magnesium for heart health and muscle relaxation, selenium for immune system support, and fiber for digestive health. The magnesium content in brown rice deserves special attention for seniors. This essential mineral is often depleted in older adults due to medications, reduced absorption, and dietary changes. Magnesium plays crucial roles in over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body, including nerve function, blood pressure regulation, and muscle relaxation. Many seniors who struggle with leg cramps, restless sleep, or muscle tension may actually be dealing with magnesium deficiency without realizing it. When you reheat brown rice properly, either by gently steaming it or warming it with a splash of water to restore moisture, these complex carbohydrates provide sustained energy without overwhelming your pancreas or causing dramatic blood sugar spikes. This is particularly important for seniors managing type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or anyone concerned about metabolic health. The steady energy release from properly reheated brown rice helps prevent those afternoon energy crashes that can steal joy from your daily activities. Instead of feeling sluggish after meals, you maintain consistent energy levels that support both physical activity and mental clarity throughout the day. Brown rice also acts as a prebiotic, feeding the beneficial bacteria in your gut microbiome. These helpful microorganisms play crucial roles in immune function, mood regulation, and inflammation control. As we age, maintaining a healthy gut microbiome becomes increasingly important for overall health and disease prevention. From a practical standpoint, brown rice adapts beautifully to the senior kitchen. It's easy to prepare in larger batches, stores well in the refrigerator, and can be combined with soft vegetables, legumes, or a drizzle of heart-healthy olive oil to create complete, satisfying meals. For those who find meal preparation challenging or exhausting, brown rice provides a reliable, nutritious foundation that requires minimal effort to transform into a healthy meal. The emotional aspect of rice shouldn't be underestimated either. For many people, rice represents comfort, family meals, and cultural traditions. The act of warming leftover rice can evoke positive memories and provide psychological comfort during difficult times. It's a gentle reminder that you're still caring for yourself, still choosing nourishment, and still honoring your body's needs. But while brown rice, oatmeal, and vegetable soup can build you up and support your health when reheated properly, not every food in your refrigerator deserves a second chance in the microwave or on the stovetop. In fact, some beloved foods can actually betray the very systems they once supported when they're reheated. What you're about to discover might fundamentally change how you view your leftovers and approach food safety in your kitchen. Part 2. Foods you should never reheat. 1. Cooked mushrooms. The hidden dangers beneath the surface. There's something deeply appealing about mushrooms. They connect us to the earth, to natural flavors, and to the satisfaction of eating something that feels both wholesome and sophisticated. For many seniors, mushrooms represent a healthy choice. They're low in calories, rich in antioxidants, and gentle on the digestive system when freshly prepared. But hidden within their delicate texture lies a truth that could impact your health in ways you never expected. The problem with reheating cooked mushrooms isn't immediately obvious, which makes it particularly dangerous. When mushrooms are first cooked, their complex proteins and amino acids undergo beneficial structural changes that make them easier to digest and their nutrients more bioavailable. This is exactly what should happen during the cooking process, and it's one reason why cooked mushrooms can be so nourishing when consumed fresh. However, when these same mushrooms are cooled and then reheated, those proteins undergo a second round of structural changes, a process called denaturation. This time, instead of becoming more digestible, they can transform into compounds that your body may struggle to process efficiently. For younger individuals with robust digestive systems, this might not cause noticeable problems. But for seniors whose digestive enzymes may be less active and whose gut sensitivity tends to be higher, this protein alteration can lead to uncomfortable digestive symptoms. The digestive discomfort from reheated mushrooms might manifest as bloating, gas, stomach pain, or even nausea. These symptoms can be particularly distressing for seniors who are already dealing with age-related digestive changes or taking medications that affect stomach function. What starts as a simple attempt to use leftovers can end up disrupting your entire day. But the digestive issues, while unpleasant, aren't the most serious concern. The real danger lies in food safety. Mushrooms have a unique cellular structure that makes them particularly susceptible to bacterial growth under certain conditions. When mushrooms are cooked in butter or oil and then stored at room temperature for too long, or when they're reheated at insufficient temperatures, dangerous bacteria can multiply rapidly. Bacteria such as Clostridium, botulinum, and Listeria monocytogenes can thrive in the environment that improperly stored mushrooms provide. These aren't just minor troublemakers. They're serious pathogens that can cause severe illness. Clostridium botulinum produces toxins that can affect your nervous system, while Listeria can cause serious infections, particularly dangerous for seniors whose immune systems may be compromised. What makes this situation even more concerning is that these bacteria don't always announce their presence with obvious signs of spoilage. The mushrooms might smell fine, look normal, and taste familiar, all while harboring potentially dangerous microorganisms. The symptoms of foodborne illness from these bacteria might not appear immediately, making it difficult to connect the illness to the reheated mushrooms you ate hours or even days earlier. For seniors, the consequences of foodborne illness can be far more serious than for younger adults. Your immune system may not respond as quickly or effectively to fight off the infection. Recovery time can be longer, and the illness can exacerbate existing health conditions or interfere with important medications. What might be a minor inconvenience for a younger person could result in hospitalization for a senior. Even if you avoid serious illness, reheating mushrooms causes them to lose much of their nutritional value. The antioxidants that initially made them beneficial, compounds like ergothioneine and selenium that help protect against cellular damage and support immune function, degrade significantly when mushrooms are reheated. You're essentially left with food that provides little nutritional benefit while potentially causing harm. The solution is straightforward but requires a shift in mindset. Treat mushrooms as a fresh food that should be enjoyed at their peak shortly after cooking. If you're preparing meals in advance, consider adding mushrooms to individual portions just before serving, rather than incorporating them into dishes that will be reheated later. When you do cook with mushrooms, prepare only what you plan to eat immediately and resist the temptation to save leftovers for later. 2. Eggs. When nutrition becomes a health risk. Eggs hold a special place in nutrition. They're often called nature's perfect protein, containing all 9 essential amino acids in ideal proportions. For seniors, fresh eggs provide high-quality protein for muscle maintenance, choline for brain health, vitamin D for bone strength, and numerous other nutrients that support healthy aging. But here's a lesser-known truth that could significantly impact your health. When eggs are reheated, their beneficial properties can transform into potential health risks. The transformation begins the moment cooked eggs start to cool. Even when stored properly in the refrigerator, the proteins in eggs begin to change structure in ways that aren't immediately visible, but can have significant implications for your digestive system. These changes become more pronounced when the eggs are reheated, especially when high-heat methods like microwaving are used. When you reheat cooked eggs, particularly scrambled eggs or omelets, the proteins undergo a process called coagulation for the second time. This causes them to become harder, more compact, and significantly more difficult for your digestive system to break down. For seniors whose digestive enzymes may already be less active and whose stomach acid production may be reduced, this creates a perfect storm for digestive discomfort. The symptoms can range from mild bloating and gas to more serious indigestion, stomach pain, and even nausea. These digestive issues can be particularly problematic for seniors who are taking medications on empty stomachs or who have underlying digestive conditions like gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, or irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. But the digestive concerns, while significant, represent only part of the problem. When eggs that have been cooked with fats, whether butter, oil, or other cooking fats, are reheated, those fats undergo oxidation. This process creates harmful compounds called lipid peroxides, which can contribute to inflammation throughout your body and may accelerate the development of cardiovascular problems. For seniors who are already managing conditions like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, or heart disease, these oxidized fats represent an unnecessary and potentially dangerous burden on their cardiovascular system. The cholesterol naturally present in eggs can also become oxidized during the reheating process, transforming from a neutral dietary component into a substance that may contribute to arterial damage. The inflammatory compounds created when eggs are reheated don't just affect your cardiovascular system, they can impact your entire body. Chronic inflammation has been linked to accelerated aging, increased risk of cognitive decline, joint pain, and reduced immune function. For seniors working to maintain their independence and quality of life, adding unnecessary inflammatory burden through reheated eggs works against these important goals. The effects of regularly consuming reheated eggs are often subtle and cumulative. You might notice that you feel more sluggish after breakfast, experience brain fog that affects your thinking clarity, or find that your energy levels crash mid-morning. Over time, the repeated inflammatory stress can contribute to a weakened digestive system, elevated cholesterol levels, and increased risk of cardiovascular complications. The irony is particularly striking. Eggs, which are intended to provide high-quality nutrition to support your brain health, muscle strength, and overall vitality, can actually work against these goals when they're handled carelessly after cooking. The nutrients that should be protecting your cognitive function and supporting your physical strength may instead contribute to the very problems you're trying to prevent. The solution requires a shift in meal planning and preparation habits. Instead of making large batches of scrambled eggs or omelets to reheat throughout the week, focus on preparing fresh eggs using gentle cooking methods like poaching, soft boiling, or making individual omelets as needed. These methods preserve the nutritional integrity of the eggs while ensuring optimal digestibility and safety. If convenience is a concern, consider preparing hard-boiled eggs in advance, which can be safely stored and eaten cold or at room temperature. You can also prepare egg-based dishes that are designed to be eaten cold, such as egg salad made with healthy mayonnaise alternatives or frittatas that are delicious at room temperature. 3. White potatoes, the beloved comfort food that quietly betrays. For many seniors, white potatoes evoke powerful emotional connections. Family dinners where creamy mashed potatoes were passed around the table, holiday gatherings featuring perfectly roasted potatoes, weekend brunches with golden hash browns. These humble tubers are deeply woven into our cultural fabric and personal memories, representing comfort, tradition, and the simple pleasure of familiar flavors. But for seniors who are committed to protecting their heart health, maintaining stable blood sugar, and preserving their mobility and independence, reheated white potatoes can transform from beloved comfort food into a hidden threat to their well-being. The problems with reheated potatoes are particularly insidious because they develop gradually and often go unrecognized until they've already impacted your health. White potatoes, even when freshly cooked, already present challenges for blood sugar management. They rank high on the glycemic index, meaning they break down quickly into glucose and can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar levels. For younger individuals with robust metabolic systems, this might not pose significant problems. But for seniors whose bodies naturally become less efficient at managing blood sugar fluctuations, fresh potatoes can already be problematic. The situation becomes significantly worse when potatoes are cooked, cooled, and then reheated. During this process, the starch structure of the potatoes undergoes changes that can make their impact on blood sugar even more dramatic and unpredictable. When potatoes are reheated, especially when they've been prepared with added fats like butter, oil, or cream, their glycemic impact can actually increase, leading to more severe blood sugar spikes. For seniors managing type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance, these blood sugar spikes can be particularly dangerous. The rapid rise in glucose levels puts stress on the pancreas, contributes to insulin resistance, and can trigger inflammatory responses throughout the body. The aftermath often includes post-meal fatigue, difficulty concentrating, mood swings, and energy crashes that can interfere with daily activities and quality of life. The inflammatory response triggered by reheated potatoes extends far beyond blood sugar concerns. The combination of rapidly absorbed starches and oxidized fats creates inflammatory compounds that can affect your blood vessels, joints, and even your brain. This inflammation contributes to arterial stiffness, joint pain, and may accelerate cognitive decline. All serious concerns for seniors working to maintain their independence and vitality. Many seniors unknowingly compound these problems by reheating potato dishes in plastic containers. When plastic is heated, it can release harmful chemicals like bisphenol A, BPA, and phthalates into the food. These endocrine-disrupting chemicals can interfere with hormonal balance, affect cardiovascular health, and may contribute to a range of health problems that are particularly concerning for older adults. The symptoms of regularly consuming reheated potatoes are often subtle and easily attributed to other causes. You might notice increased fatigue after lunch and assume it's just part of aging. You may experience more stiffness in your knees or tingling in your feet and blame it on arthritis or circulation problems without considering the role of your diet. Over time, these seemingly minor symptoms can compound into more serious health issues. The cumulative effects of regularly reheating and consuming white potatoes can include worsening circulation, rising blood pressure, weakened muscle control, and slower recovery from illness or injury. For seniors whose bodies already face the natural challenges of aging, these additional stressors can significantly impact quality of life and independence. What makes this situation even more concerning is that white potatoes offer relatively little nutritional protection to offset their negative effects. Unlike sweet potatoes, colorful root vegetables, or other nutrient-dense carbohydrates, white potatoes lack the antioxidants and beneficial compounds that could help buffer their impact on your system. They provide calories and some basic nutrients, but they don't fortify your body against the inflammatory stress they create. The solution requires both practical changes and a shift in perspective about comfort foods. Instead of white potatoes, consider nutrient-dense alternatives like sweet potatoes, which provide antioxidants, fiber, and have a lower glycemic impact. Cauliflower can be mashed or roasted to provide satisfying textures without the blood sugar spikes. For those who find it difficult to give up potatoes entirely, small portions of freshly prepared potatoes, eaten with fiber-rich vegetables and healthy proteins, can minimize their negative impact. As we reach the end of our journey through the complex world of food reheating and senior health, it's important to step back and see the bigger picture. The choices we make in our kitchens, seemingly small decisions about which foods to reheat and which to enjoy fresh, can have profound cumulative effects on our health, energy, and quality of life as we age. Understanding the science behind food reheating isn't about creating fear or making your kitchen feel like a minefield of potential hazards. Instead, it's about empowering you with knowledge that allows you to make informed decisions that support your long-term health and vitality. It's about honoring your body's changing needs and adapting your habits to serve you better in this chapter of your life. When you choose to reheat foods like oatmeal, vegetable soup, or brown rice using proper techniques, you're not just preparing a meal, you're actively supporting your digestive health, providing sustained energy for your daily activities, and feeding your body nutrients that combat inflammation and support immune function. These choices represent acts of self-care that pay dividends in how you feel throughout the day and how well your body functions over time. Conversely, when you make the conscious decision to avoid reheating potentially problematic foods like mushrooms, eggs, or white potatoes, you're protecting yourself from unnecessary digestive stress, inflammatory burden, and potential health complications. You're choosing to eliminate sources of fatigue, discomfort, and metabolic disruption that could interfere with your independence and quality of life. The beauty of this approach lies in its simplicity and practicality. You don't need expensive supplements, complicated meal plans, or dramatic lifestyle changes to benefit from this knowledge. You simply need to be mindful about which leftovers deserve a place on your plate and which ones are better left behind. This mindful approach to food choices becomes particularly important as we age because our bodies become less forgiving of dietary mistakes. The digestive resilience of youth gives way to increased sensitivity, and the cumulative effects of poor food choices become more apparent over time. By making thoughtful decisions about food reheating, you're investing in your future self, supporting the energy, mobility, and cognitive clarity that will allow you to continue living life on your own terms. I want to emphasize that these changes don't require perfection. Health isn't about never making a mistake or following rigid rules that steal joy from eating. It's about making better choices more often, being aware of how different foods affect your body, and gradually shifting toward habits that serve your well-being. Start small. Perhaps this week, you'll prepare fresh eggs instead of reheating yesterday's scrambled eggs. Maybe you'll take a few extra minutes to gently reheat your oatmeal with a splash of water instead of zapping it in the microwave. Or you might choose to enjoy that vegetable soup you made yesterday, knowing that it's actually more nutritious today than it was when you first prepared it. As you implement these changes, pay attention to how your body responds. Notice if you have more sustained energy throughout the day. Observe whether your digestion feels more comfortable after meals. Be aware of any improvements in your sleep quality, mood stability, or overall sense of well-being. Your body will provide feedback that can guide you toward the choices that work best for your unique needs. Remember that food is meant to nourish not just your body, but also your soul. The goal isn't to remove all pleasure from eating or to make meals feel like medical treatments. Instead, it's about finding ways to honor both your nutritional needs and your emotional connection to food. You can still enjoy comfort foods and satisfying meals. You're simply becoming more strategic about how and when you consume them. I'd love to hear about your experiences as you begin implementing these changes. Please take a moment to share in the comments below. Which of these recommendations surprised you the most? What changes are you planning to make in your own kitchen? And as always, let me know where you're watching from around the world. Building this community of health-conscious individuals who support and learn from each other is one of the most rewarding aspects of creating this content. If you found this information valuable, please show your support by giving this video a thumbs up and sharing it with friends or family members who might benefit from this knowledge. Your engagement helps us reach more people who can benefit from evidence-based health information designed specifically for seniors. Don't forget to subscribe to Senior Healthline for weekly content that addresses the unique health challenges and opportunities of aging. Hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we publish new videos covering topics like nutrition, exercise, mental health, and practical strategies for healthy aging. Thank you for spending this time with me today and for your commitment to taking charge of your health and well-being. Here's to making informed choices, honoring your body's needs, and living your most vibrant life at every age. Until next time, take care of yourself. You're worth it.